Hello, everyone. The long grind through level 75 is finally over. Now that I've reached this milestone, I'd like to do a quick midterm check-in of my progress. Let's start with a quick look at my character info. First up is max HP. Currently, my max HP is around 87,000. While it's quite high, it's still slightly below the cap. Since the moblade's critical rate scales with max HP, hitting the 90,000 mark is the ultimate goal. Second is physical attack. My max physical attack is 1,259, which is pretty average. Top-tier players with high attack builds often exceed 1,300. Third, we have the precision rate. I'm at 94%, which is very stable. Usually, a precision rate between 90% and 100% is considered ideal. Fourth, let's look at critical rate. Mine is sitting at 61%, which is actually very high. If you saw my last guide, you probably remember the formula for calculating the actual crit rate. We take my max HP of 87,339 and divide it by 6,000, which gives us about 14.5%. Then, we add the 9% base bonus to get 23.5%. Finally, adding that to my base crit rate of 61% brings the total to 84.5%. On top of that, the Tier 5 Morale Chant provides an additional 4.6% direct critical rate. Direct critical rate is an incredible stat because it ignores the standard critical rate limit and adds directly to your total. In the end, I get a 84.6% critical rate against monsters level 81 and above, and 89.1% against those below level 81. This is more than enough to unleash the true power of the moblade. That covers the basic character stats. Now, let's look at my gear. I'm fairly satisfied with my level 71 set. However, while rolling the last option for my pendant, my hand slipped, and I accidentally locked in the strategic sword option. I can't believe I made such a ridiculous mistake. If I had to pick the GOAT among my gear, it would definitely be the armor. It has the perfect stats for a moblade main. I plan to keep these pieces until the level 81 gear becomes available. Also, remember that you can use Echo Jade to change your set effects freely. Make sure to swap your sets according to the situation, whether it's PvE, PvP, or GvG. Next is the Inner Way. I mainly use Exquisite Scenery, Morale Chant, Battle Anthem, and Art of Resistance. For the next GvG, I'm planning to try out Rock Solid. This means I have to drop one of my current 4. I've decided to remove Art of Resistance. In GvG, shields usually break within 10 seconds anyway, so the duration buff isn't very meaningful. While losing the 10% shield strength hurts, the benefits of Rock Solid are much greater. I considered dropping Morale Chant, but I prefer a hybrid style rather than a pure full tank build. I didn't want to lose the damage buff, crit rate, and physical penetration from Morale Chant. Losing 10% shield strength seemed like a better trade-off. For reference, I can output about 70% of the DPS of a top-tier damage dealer in GvG. In the next video, I'll show you how I balance the roles of tank and DPS simultaneously. By the way, Vital Leech and Fury Harvest are also great options. There's no single correct answer for inner ways, it all comes down to personal preference. Use my build as a reference and develop your own unique style. Now, it's time to test the DPS. Measuring it now at level 75 will make it easier to see exactly how much stronger I become once I hit level 81. Let's start the test. This DPS rotation is repetitive, but the execution can be tricky. It requires quite a bit of practice. That concludes the DPS test. Thanks to some recent power-ups, my DPS has increased slightly. This marks the end of my level 75 journey. Later on, once I've set up my level 81 gear, I'll be able to look back at this video and see exactly how much stronger I've become. For context, I've seen my damage hit 38,000 in Hero's Realm and up to 48,000 in GvG. The thrill of seeing those massive yellow numbers pop up, isn't that why we all love the moblade? That's it for today's midterm check-in. There's no need to feel discouraged if your character is currently weaker than mine. Where Winds Meet is a very light game. Clearing dungeons depends more on your understanding of skills and mechanics than just raw stats. By the same token, there's no need to feel superior if your character is stronger, either. Just enjoy the journey. That's all for today's video. I'll continue to upload content related to Where Winds Meet and the moblade. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, it really helps me out. Thanks for watching.